What's up, fellow Shadow Priests? Today we are talking about how to coordinate setups with triple CC as Godcomp. You can do this as many comps, but I get this question a lot, in particular when it comes to Godcomp. Godcomp is such a strong comp right now, but it does take a little bit of coordination, and once you kind of get everyone on the same page, you can really have immaculate setups. So a lot of times we can get really clean openers by having our druid rake stun the healer. He's playing Feral Affinity, and our mage will DB sheep the off target, and I'll stun the kill target. And this is just like a guaranteed way to get a good opener, especially against teams that aren't like all hiding in Viz. So all we're gonna do is wait for this Feral to come out. I'm not gonna dot the warrior because it'll break DB sheep. I'm also gonna PI my mage because it'll make it so he can DB sheep on Relentless. So boom, let's pause it right here. What's happened? We DB sheep the warrior. We have PI on my mage. So like I said, the warrior can't reflect. He's not playing trinket, so he's going to be forced to sit the sheep. At the same time, my druid stuns the paladin and I stun the feral. Now I have to stun the feral, so one, he doesn't get a defensive cooldown off, and two, he doesn't kick my mage. These are all really important because if we start with the druid stun here and the DB isn't there yet, or I don't stun the feral, they're going to react to the sheep and kick the sheep, and then we're fucked and our go is over. So it has to be triple CC every time, and you have more than enough CC as Godcomp to be able to do this every 45 seconds. It's just a matter of coordinating who's going to get what. Now my druid would always rather get the healer just because he will be susceptible to more CC and swaps if he's going in on the DPS, so we're going to have him utilize that pounce clone very early on. It's also really important to be aware of the positioning. So your mage doesn't want to DB the warrior when the druid's over here, because then the paladin will dispel the DB and he'll reflect the sheep. So we always have to be like watching each other. So Hansel's watching to see when our druid's there for the stun, and our druid's watching Hansel to see that he's there for the DB. And I think he blinks to get the sheep, but you get the gist of it. You guys got to be in sync, and it has to be at the same time. So we kind of count it down sometimes 3, 2, 1, and then boom, go. So now that the warrior is polyed on top of the feral, I can't really go void form here, so I just put up my dots, do a mind games, and send a void torrent, try to force out some damage here. I will go void form, I think, as soon as the poly DRs are over, and we'll start cranking out some pressure. So here we go, Barkskin's over, void form, pair that with Vampiric Embrace. I silence the pally just on his Divine Favor. We clone the feral, and basically the purpose of this is just to keep him low HP so that we can get more CC onto this healer. If Hansel is able to get his sheep on the healer, we're going to be able to keep cranking this guy. Pally spam dispels my dots. Just going to reapply them here. Void bolt. I should be void bolting. Where's the void bolt? Oh, I'm holding Global Saphir. I should have void bolted. Bad play by me. So I also want to highlight this right here. In our comms, Hansel is telling me that he's going for resheep, and I'm watching his cast bar right here. I have this add-on called Jack's Party Cast Bars. This is super important. Just little subtle things that'll improve your gameplay. If this pally gets a global off of this, we won't get anything done. So I see that he gets Disorient Roared. I'm holding my globals to press Fear. I fear right as this ends. I don't think he gets any healing off here. I sling out a Void Torrent. I get charged, but there's no interrupt. Storm bolts me late. Trinket, Shadow Word Death, DP, Shadow Crash, CS Regrowth, and he dies. So very fast paced. We just kind of played all over on top of that team and stood on top of them and defeated them. And that's kind of what you got to do as Godcomp. You got to go for that triple CC every time. I'm not quite sure if we had triple CC at the end there. I think maybe we could have had a poly. Oh, we did have, yeah. So we poly warrior, or sort of poly pally clone warrior. Ideally, I stun the feral when it's up, but we end up winning through there. Either way, that was a phenomenal opener, so I think that's a good game to take notes from. All right, here's another matchup. It's another melee cleave, actually. Melee cleaves are pretty easy to CC as Godcomp. They kind of are just in the middle of the map waiting to be controlled, so all we have to be aware of is who is going to do what. So, much like the other game, Hansel will DB sheep the off target. Our kill target's a warrior, so he's going to DB sheep the DK. My druid will rake stun or bash stun the healer, and I will stun the warrior. This is kind of sketchy what I do here in Void Form, which could have broken this DB or the poly, but the timing is such that it doesn't break anything, which is awesome. So as soon as this poly lands, I stun the warrior. This is going to force somebody's trinket. If the DK trinket AMZs, that's fine. We need to get trinket and AMZ out of the way. Now they won't have AMZ to save the warrior on our next combustion. So what do we do between this? We just did our triple CC setup. I don't have stun for 54 seconds because there's a frost DK. All we have to do is survive. So whatever we can do to live. I'm going to be throwing out shields, maybe some life grips, shadow mends, trying to MC the warrior on his avatar. I think I end up getting CC'd by the guy here. So we're a little stacked. That's my bad. Poor positioning on my part. Trying to help Hansel however I can. We want to save that proc. Just playing a little bit defensively until their offensive cooldowns are over. So his avatar's gone. This is kind of a troll because I CC the Druid, but since we don't have any stuns for the warrior, he just slips away. I void tornted him and canceled it instantly because I thought I was going to try to MC the Druid into the ring. He still had reflect on him too. You know, just kind of shitty to use your CC when you don't have any stuns. It doesn't feel like it's as worth it. I think there's a point later in this game where I really wish I had fear. So he sheeps the healer miraculously. I think they coordinated that where they just saw there's no interrupts, and we're going to be able to get some pressure here with this. So do the DPS rotation throughout the mind games, Shadow Crash, Purge. Purging is more important than doing damage against rested druids. He's going to be running to the pillar, and this is why it's so important to play out in the open. As you can see, they charge onto me just because I'm the closest target, and I'm instantly just going to drag them as far away from the pillar as I can go, just so that when the time does come for our setup, he can't just waddle right to the left and LOS us. He's going to have to leap back and maybe still not even get there. Now this is also a huge part of our strategy is the restelts from our Resto Druid, and he can stun clone the healer from like 70 yards away from these guys, so he's not going to get kicked. If the Druid ever gets caught in the middle of a DK and a warrior, it's horrible, so we always want me to be stunning the warrior. I can only stun ever so often against this team though, so it's going to be kind of a lot of patience between our setups. Other than that, we're just doing PvE damage. I'm purging. Like, we counter Resto Druid so hard as Shadow Priest, all we gotta do is really purge it up. Mind controlling the warrior because I see that my mage has limited mobility and they're both on him. I look down at the interrupts and see that the DK can't kick me. If I MC'd the DK there, the warrior could have kicked me, so it's just trying to choosing which one is better to peel at certain times. Also, the DK was on MCDR. So he gets the double stun on us. They've got absolutely no hots. This is Avatar. Need to play safe, but guess what? Combustion, actually he doesn't have combust, but we are going to have a nice setup here, I believe. So we stun the warrior, sheep the DK, clone the druid, and we're able to get a little bit of damage going here. It's my void for him. Feels bad that my void torrent gets cloned, but all good. Just PvE in between, purge, and this guy just can't even peel because every global has to be a hot right now since I'm purging so much and we get the sheep on him because of it. Otherwise, it was pretty good game. I think the triple CC is way easier in the opener than it is later in the game. So it's just a matter of your team communicating who can do what. Hansel should always be able to DB sheep the off target if they're training him. So it'll be really easy for him to just press Dragon's Breath and sheep while he's standing still. And then it's kind of up to my druid and I to coordinate who's going to stun what. Let's look at another match. Just a little bit of a different team here, not a melee cleave. So it's going to be harder to CC shamans and shadow priests with fade. So we get a kick onto the priest into a polymorph, stun clone on the healer, and I stun the warrior in the open. This is just so much damage coming out from us. It's combust, it's void torrent. This guy easily could have died here. I think maybe I mistimed my death here, or he got the perfect battle masters off right there. Now that we have just basically scared the shit out of them, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So we clone the warrior low HP, just trying to do anything we can to stop these incoming heals. Our DRs are all kind of out of whack right now. The only thing we could really do is poly the healer, but since the warrior is full HP, that was kind of our go there. He lived it with BM and maybe it was a rally too, I didn't see, but we're going to be looking to do that same setup. So I'm going to stun the warrior in 11 seconds. Hansel will DB sheep the Shadow Priest, and our healer should get the other healer if possible. It's really hard for the Shadow Priest, I think, to CC the Shaman in these kind of matchups just because he's going to be completely lining the whole time. We re-stealth stun the warrior there, so it puts him on DR, a little unfortunate. Now we have to wait 12 seconds to do our go. I missed my fear. I'm just kind of under pressure, tilting at this point. It's going to be a lot easier for my healer to get the healer than it is for me because I have to waddle at him and fake like Fleshcraft and grinding, but if he just comes out of stealth with the stun, we're going to be able to set up really nice. So boom, let's pause it. DB sheep on the off target, stun on the kill target, stun clone on the healer, the mind games, bada bing, bada boom, force trinket, life swap. They kind of fuck up and overreact there with their double trinkets like the priest trinketed and the shaman trinketed. So I think the shaman still has link, but you know, it's not enough because he doesn't have trinket, and I'm really tunneling this rallying cry from the warrior. It's going to give him like an extra false like 15k, 20k HP or something. So as soon as I see this rally falls, I'm going to silence the very end of that rally, just because I don't think they really see it coming. Silence at the end of the rally, Void Torrent gets him to death range. He actually reflects the death, which is crazy. He would have definitely died instantly there, but good reflect on his part. Definitely takes a lot of patience, so we can't ever have someone do their CC while the other person isn't ready. It's always got to be that perfect, like 3, 2, 1, all right, everyone presses their buttons at the same time. If we don't CC the priest, he's going to purge combust, he's going to fear the mage, he's going to silence me, he's going to stun someone, he's just going to peel every time, so we need to always CC the off target. The same goes for the other games, like we want to CC the DK so we can't aim Z, we want to CC the warrior so we can't reflect, so we can't fear, so we can't stormbolt. We just want to make sure our setups are as clean as possible. All right, I think we've seen some great triple CC. I'm going to play this game with voice just so you guys can hear what's going on in our comms. Sometimes, you know, the stun targets change. Like if our druid is getting kited really hard and he can't make it to the other healer and I'm close to the healer, then we can just swap it out. And I say, you know what, I'll just do this. It's easier just based on positioning. So let's check it out.
I can't. I'll shoot board for the go, okay?
Who do you want to get to now?
I got the reflect. Go,
You gotta wait 5 on me. I can
Okay,
get the druid in
okay,
5.
okay.
I can get the druid in 5.
You can get the red too, right on the druid.
I'll DB.
Alright, sure. I'll
Ready?
get red.
Yeah, DB,
Yes.
Bust. Get up. This is trinket.
He's not going
yeah,
to.
yes,
I'm cloning the red.
Everybody trinketed. They've no
Yeah,
trinkets.
war. War's taking it.
Yeah. Got everybody.
I'll Klepto Pala here when he gets more hots. Klepto.
Still dispersed too. Wait, mini wings?
They're hitting Hansel.
Me.
Big heal on one.
I'll shoot board. I bust in a minute.
Yeah.
I can get a re
Snowballs
here
me,
and do
snowballs
something
me.
with it.
Smash
Cool,
board.
I could.
Lock Rigo.
Nice,
I'm
nice,
gonna
nice,
Hazard.
red.
I'm stun the red back here.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm through druid. I'm fading for it. Fuck it.
Dropping
Oh,
it.
feared him.
Worth, I
Dropping
think.
rune.
Hiving him.
Okay, yeah.
Sank.
Came out.
Sank.
Sank. They're gonna hit me maybe. You have
I'll
no
shoot
hots
red
right now.
if you
Stop.
need.
If I get cloned, it's
Yeah,
kind of
I could
sketch.
press this first, but
It's half.
not
Half.
fully from the
Bash out though. I think.
I'm
I'm roared.
Wait,
Smash
press,
red.
press.
Yeah.
I'm bash.
It's not wings
You
though,
wasted
so
reflect.
I could die
Yeah.
soon.
I have bust in 15. Okay, listen, I'm
could
gonna shoot
PI
board
you.
for the go,
Yeah.
okay? Okay, get ready
Dodge
to
me,
go.
cast
him, cast him,
Stun
big
red
wings,
and
big
sound,
wings.
Druid, stun red
I
and
can't
sound,
do
Druid,
anything to
Flash,
the red.
flash,
I can go now.
flash.
Can we go now? Can we go now?
Yeah, go,
I'm waiting
I'm
for
going,
the
I'm
flash,
going.
I'm
I'm just doing it, I'm just doing
it. So good.
Okay.
He's
I stun
locked
red
in,
stun red
he's
strict.
Yeah, just
Cloning
get
druid.
Yeah,
I got.
good,
Get
bub,
up.
bub,
I can't MDR to MD Hodge. Getting war though.
Hit war. I'm gonna war
Yeah,
stop the war.
hitting war. Yeah, pumping
Okay.
war with the rest of my bus. Just
Yeah.
taking it.
I might die. It's
I'll
big
shoot
wings, so
war-
it's big
Alright,
wings. so
I
I'm
can get
gone,
this. I
I'm
can get this in
gone.
Barky. I can get this in Barky. No, you're not.
I
I have
I clone right now.
fade,
Clone
too.
red. Big heals.
Okay, good. I'll shoot board you in 2 seconds off DR. Casting.
Clones me, I'm okay with that.
Smash sheep.
I'm gonna go for a re and then stun clone the druid. You stun the red. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have stun.
Okay, I'm going now.
Rune.
Oh, they got me out.
Okay,
I war some clone maybe.
Okay, yeah.
He
Stun
clones
red.
me,
Okay,
dude. He
good.
war some clones me.
Okay, I can't
No,
peel
dude,
everything's
I can
DR.
fade.
I don't know what got me out,
I'm
man.
Hodge.
That's
Just
so
gonna fade,
age.
just fade and door.
I'm gonna wall here. I
Three
bust in
clones me.
40. Okay. Bust in 40.
Okay.
I still stun.
Yeah.
We'll just wait. If I get a re, we could do something.
Okay. I'll listen. 15 seconds. I'll sheep board and you guys cover rest. Okay.
Okay.
I'll have
Ready?
bash.
Modeling
Okay,
right now,
push up. I'm ready right now. I'll
Bash
sheep
in
board
3.
now.
Bash in 3. Bash in
Oh
3.
shit.
Who do you want?
Get me.
Yes.
I'm just not in line with anyone. I could jump and get whoever,
I'm
maybe.
sheeping war now.
You want me? I'll get red. I'll get red.
Bust.
Pop.
Bop. I Klepto.
That was Druid Stricket too. That was
He
Druid
He
Stricket.
barks. I'm cloning this red, dude. Fuck that.
Okay,
Sank
sure.
as well.
War.
Hiving druid maybe?
Warrior takes it.
Okay.
Yeah, sheeping with you. Hive.
Doing it.
Change form.
Throw bombing.
I grip you if they press.
They're hitting me. I
I'll sheep
skinned.
red.
Okay.
Let me sheep red on the
Wings
wings.
proc. Yep.
Span sheeping. 3 times.
Trying to
Less
get
than
wars
a minute.
reflect here.
Purchase right. Druid's like ooming really hard too.
Yeah. We win the long game. Just keep playing like this.
Yeah.
We actually can win next go.
Yeah, they
Warrior's
have no
the only one that
trinkets.
can
They have
save
no
next
trinkets. They
go.
have no trinkets.
I DB sheep. Cover.
Okay, I can only
I
fade
can't right now.
set up.
I'm feared. Watch it.
Watch
Banner.
Yeah, I faded.
Full sheep.
I like the fade. They're gonna go me out of this. You have
Okay.
no, they're not.
I have breeze.
It's you still.
Avatar.
I could
Sheep
disperse
I'm
you.
spamming bark on you. I'm spamming
Smash
bark.
sheep avatar.
Okay.
Smash sheep avatar. 3 times. No reflex.
Take the thing.
Free cast.
I have a stun.
Yo, I'm gonna-
in a sec.
I have
Yeah.
bust in 5.
Yeah,
I'll
G.
shoot
Okay.
warrior for the go.
I'll get the
Big
druid
wings,
in a
big
sec. I'll
wings,
get the
big
druid in a
wings.
sec.
Okay.
You still
Ready?
bark. I'm going
Turner,
down.
go.
He's flesh
Turner,
grab.
go.
I go.
Go.
They could die.
Nice. Warrior. Okay. Pumping still. He BM'd. Kill through. So
Trying
much damage
to.
still.
Casting re.
Yeah, do it. You could die. Ooh.
Ooh, you.
Sounds supportive. All right, guys, that was some good some good games, some good triple CC. It's really easy to fuck this up, so don't get discouraged if you're playing like an LFG with someone and you guys don't triple CC every time. I know when we first started playing together, we didn't really know what the fuck we were doing, and then we just figured out like, okay, we have to actually be like super calculated with everything. Tons of damage, tons of CC from Godcomp, just have to do it right. If you guys haven't already followed the stream, definitely check it out, twitch.tv/stopsp. And then as well, we have the Discord where I answer each and every question that people ask me. And yeah, appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you so much for watching.